Oh boy, my favorite kind. Well, you've been warned, people. If my videos give you a seizure, I am not going to apologize. Oh, I'm not pressing start. We gotta look at this. Oh, the Nightmare Returns and everything in 2003. Oh my god, look at this. So this is a first time for my channel and for streaming in general. It's I've played through this game once in arcades, and that's it. You know, despite my love for House of the Dead, I just haven't played this a whole lot. I mostly played 1 and 3. And in fact, I haven't even played Overkill one time in any format.
There is no way to avoid your fate, James.
So I'm pretty excited to sorry for the pause there. I was just looking over at my capture thing and it's getting a little funky, so I better fix it. This is the House of the Dead 4. And I'm very excited to start this up.
Kate, this is it.
This is it. Oh, we just barely got to see it. That looked like a Lovecrafting thing. Anyways, when I played it in the arcades, this was ages ago, so I might as well have just never played it. I want to calibrate this one. Oh, whoops. It said press the T button, and I pressed the move button. I can't even follow basic instructions. Alright, point it at the eye and press T. Did that. Bang, bang, bang. Good enough. You know, PlayStation Move, it's not perfect. It's no light gun replacement, but you know what? It's fine. Several days later, which I'm assuming is after 3.
Our backup hasn't arrived yet.
Might be a terrorist attack. Keep your eyes open.
Think this could take the door down?
Ground's shaking. What the heck is going on outside?
What's that sound? Our backup?
It can't be.
Oh no, it's Zambambos. Who would have guessed? Let's put all of the exact same model in one spot. Like, I know the idea here is many zombies instead of just a couple.
These are all the weapons I
But it's, you know, that just makes the design look even lazier. Anyways, let's get on with it. Okay. I didn't... Oh, yeah. So once again, we're mixing it up. The reason, actually, why I kind of wanted to play this... Let's go to the lift. Was that an option? Oh, jeez. Get off me. But, yeah, just the other day I was playing House of the Dead 1 on the Saturn. And it got in my head that, hey, it's been a long time since I played on my PS3. And the reason for that is I was having a huge update problem. Where I was getting all these errors on my PlayStation 3. It would not let me update for the life of me. I had to boot it in safe mode. They're all the exact fucking same. Why were they all given chain necklaces? But yeah, I had to boot my PS3 in safe mode. I had to put the update data on a memory stick. Pardon all the in my speaking, because if you haven't guessed, in order to reload, you have to give it a real shake. Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's toss one of these. Yeah, so House of the Dead 1, I played it on the Saturn the other day. I have played it on the PC before, but for my recent Saturn Archives series, I want to revisit it and try it out. And like I said, PS3 has been failing to update, so I was kind of turned off of that, and then I decided today, you know what, I'm finally going to go ahead and fix it. Let's figure this thing out, because a friend at work, I got him a game that I had already had, and I said we're gonna do a Let's Play together sometime. So I kind of had an obligation to figure it out eventually. And so yeah, I was playing House of the Dead 1, and actually another thing that was preventing me from going back to PS3, and not just the fact that I have a PS4 and so much new stuff keeps coming out, is that my Hapage, if that's how you're pronouncing it, capture card did not do HDMI input through PS3 due to encryption thing. Ooh. You know, let's toss a grenade. There's quite a few. And the cord that I was using, because you don't do HDMI, you did like the other one, whatever it's called. Can I just shoot this? Yeah, let's shoot the glass right out from under me. And yeah, the cord I was using was a little worn out, and it would flicker non-stop, so PS3 recording was a pain in the ass. So I was like, ugh, there's so many problems with my PS3 lately that I was put off of ever playing it or ever recording for it again. I'm playing on very easy, by the way, so I'm taking little to no damage, because I really wanted to get through this for video's sake. Ugh. I really should play it on a harder difficulty later, though if there's like trophies for it. You can also see that I have to shake it based on what my cursor is doing. Because it's flailing around. And I feel like, wow, the PS Move is really getting a workout trying to keep up. Yeah, that's a grenade opportunity. It's really trying to keep up with my movements when I'm jerking it around so furiously. Like, I know it can sense my jerking around from the gyros, but the fact that it's tracking me with all these rapid movements. It's also murdering my wrist. I haven't beat the first fucking level, and my wrist is already killing me. I don't have a gun attachment or anything. I'm just using a bare move controller. I've switched to like a weird two-handed mode. But the way I got my PS3 working at all was because I also have a Vita TV, and it only outputs in HDMI, and I wanted to record things on that. So I got this splitter that gets rid of encryption, and it occurred to me, hey, maybe that'll work on PS3, and lo and behold, it does. So, I mean, I already had it for the sake of recording on the Vita TV, so why not? Okay, it's his tongue is his weak point. So yeah, I'm just outboarding. It's going through a splitter and then into the thing. Oh, get off, you tongue freakazoid! This seems to have the same kind of mechanic that House of the Dead 3 had, where there's like a smaller life bar for that particular phase. Oh, what are you doing going over there? I can't shoot you when you're over there. Friggin' weirdo.
Can't be happening.
So yeah, with me having recently tried out House of the Dead 1 on Saturn, and never actually playing this, I thought, you know, I'm gonna get around to it. I love House of the Dead. Why am I not doing this? I was actually waiting for a friend to play through these, but you know, we're so busy all the time that we don't really see each other that much anymore, and I'm just gonna play this now. I'm really excited to play through House of the Dead Overkill. I've never played it before, which is a damn shame. And it looks like it's going for a whole new aesthetic, a whole new theme, so I'm really excited to try that out. Oh, I just need to get a little bit more. There we go. I think I found a primo arm setup. I have to use both arms, and it's very exhausting. But the jerking thing, I kind of like the jerking for the reload as a thing. Because if you think about it, in games, you press one button to reload, right? Your aim is still exactly where it was, and realistically, that's not going to happen. When you empty a clip and you have to reload, you can't just keep the gun aiming exactly where it was and pop a clip in there. It's going to affect your aim. So the fact that every time I reload, I have to re-find my aim, you know, that's fair. I get it. And even though it's super annoying, it's a little easier in the arcades because you're, you know, holding an actual gun-shaped thing. So with the handle, you can just like jerk it forward and back, whereas this I actually have to like do a fencing action, and it's really tough. I forgot how uncomfortable PlayStation Move on Real shooters were. I only got a C. I'm doing poorly. Alright, more story.
Is this your first time here?
Yeah, there's something I need to look into. I can't shake the feeling that things didn't end like we thought 3 years ago.
Wait a minute, is this supposed to be the two people from the end of House of the Dead 3?
Whatever I can, James. It's an honor.
I forgot their names.
Try to believe we're underground, huh?
Like, is this blonde woman the one that was, what's his name's daughter?
Whoa, what's happening?
The one that came with G? And is James Curion's son? I like the story in House of the Dead 2, or House of the Dead in general, is so stupid. The character's so uninteresting, it's hard to say. But that's gonna be my headcanon if that's not what the thing is. I played House of the Dead 3, like I said, the most,
Looks like we're gonna have company.
but I forgot her name. Oh yeah, we got the goopy ones. Gotta have the goopers. So yeah, as you can kind of tell, as the House of the Dead games continue, I'm gonna toss it. Oh, okay, I guess not then. Fine, whatever. But as the House of the Dead games progress, I feel like it's just giving us more and more targets. Like House of the Dead 1 was just a couple at a time, focused. Ooh. I wonder how that actually sounds on recording, because I'm sure it's shaking the headset sitting on my head. Ooh. I'm gonna make goofy slobbering noises every time too. But yeah, so you had a pistol, you had like 6 shots and a reload. And you had just a few targets at a time. House of the Dead 2 was more or less the same, perhaps a couple more. If not just, you know, better graphics. Then House of the Dead 3, we saw a change from pistols to a shotgun. A automatic shotgun, I think, perhaps? Wow, look at these fucking weird tongue frog guys. I don't recognize those. Well, I mean, we've seen frogs before. Have they evolved?
I feel like a rat in a maze.
I'm sure you do, honey. Oh, there's the old leeches. And of course, there's many. Never seen more than 4 at a time before now. So yeah, as I was saying, so we went on to shotgun. And it actually showed, you know, let's go right this time. We went left last time.
On the pipes.
But yeah, so we had a shotgun, so I feel like there was more enemies generally, but we also had a much wider shot radius, so you didn't need to be too accurate, you just needed to be a bit faster instead. And that was fine. Another thing that 3 added was it had the gun in the corner of the screen, kind of similar to how you would lay out a first-person shooter. And the reload actually had an animation time. And now this one, the gun is gone. I wonder if there was a gun in the PS3 version of 3? I don't quite remember. But if you want to be reminded, I do have a House of the Dead 3 video that I did with Kim. 4 and Overkill are the only ones I haven't done, so that's what I'm doing tonight. That is tonight's plans. It is Easter Sunday. And this is how I'm spending it. If you appreciate the religious joke, I feel like it is perfectly within aesthetic to be playing a game about zombies. If you are offended by this joke, lighten up. I'm a Christian too, and I'm not mad. But yeah, and then House of the Dead 4, we're seeing it's just a lot. It's very target rich. We have an automatic weapon, a very large chamber. So it's definitely a little different. Oh, let's toss a nade. Oh, that bounced right off that guy's face and landed at my feet. Oh, yep, get them all, get them all. Let's hose them down. Yeah, it's more like a hose than a machine gun. I should be focusing on that, shouldn't I? Yep, figured that out real quick. A lot of barrels I should be shooting, but to be honest, it's having a hard time paying attention. Oh yeah, look at that primo grenade placement. You're telling me there's no trophy for a primo placement like that? What do you mean? I put a ton of bullets in that guy's skull while we were getting up. Did he have invincibility frames?
You might be able to find some information in here.
Smooth transition from presumably first person to third, and now look at all the cinematics. What a good game. I fucking love House of the Dead.
Look at the monitor.
It's a shame the arcade scene is so dead, especially in my region. So it's really highly unlikely I'll ever get a chance to play Scarlet Dawn, unless it gets some sort of console or Steam release. And I mean, every House of the Dead so far has. But, you know, I feel like it's always been a long while before it did. But I'll be patient. We do have, I think I talked at length about it in the House of the Dead 1 video, the Saturn one. But we do have an arcade, a city over, at a big tourist attraction area. It occasionally gets new things. I'm pretty sure it has Virtua Cop 3, which I'd be excited to finally try. However, I really doubt it's going to get House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, and if it ever does, you can bet I'll be pumped for that. The Lovers. This looks more like a hermit type. Alright, he's got that little crap on the top of his skull. Ow! There we go. Yeah, this is very hermit type. Because hermit type was also climbing upwards, it was climbing upwards towards you at first, and then it was climbing to, well, moving towards you. Oh, just a ton of babies! Hose them down! Get off! Little facehugger bastards. Nope! Alright. Can you imagine that smell? Dead insects smell so bad, and this floor is now literally... Oh, I'm shooting right now. I didn't expect to be able to see its target anywhere. I'm just gonna bullets. I'm just gonna bullets. Here we go. Oh yeah, get those webs off me. There we go. This one seems easier than the first boss. First boss, his head moved around an awful lot. This guy's head is very static. It does occasionally get covered, but if you time your reloads correctly and only shoot whoop, at the right time, not like I just demonstrated. Oh, I'm gonna take a hit. Dang it, almost had it. Yeah, that was just a big old spider. That was very hermit. These characters act very House of the Dead 3, so perhaps they are the old characters, just a couple years later.
What's wrong? You not feeling well?
Using my touch.
No, I'm not feeling well. I'm wielding a move controller, woman. Cut me some slack.
Have you ever thought about the future? What will happen to the world if humans continue to breed? Don't you see? Humans have set themselves upon the path to inevitable destruction.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing in House of the Dead 3 as well. It was about overpopulation and I guess human genocide.
It's broken.
Don't get me wrong, I can always get behind a good old genocide. But let's be real here. There's better ways to go about it.
Looks like we've ended up in the subway system. That's the station up ahead.
Let's go.
Well, at least we're getting a warm welcome.
Oh, those casual quips. And these many zombies. Let's just preemptively shoot these guys. These guys don't give a shit. I hope we're not going over there, because there's invincible zombies over there. I tried to preemptively bullet zap them, but it's not gonna happen. Get out of here, Slimer. But you know, despite my love for 1 and 3, I don't mind this whole many zombies thing. I've never been a huge accuracy guy. I've always been a more action-y, always shooting, tons of targets kind of guy. So it's perfect. This is perfectly suitable for me. I'm not going to be the kind of person that's like, hey, it's not exactly what I wanted, so it's not exactly the same, so it's no good. I've always been a big fan of changing things up. Because if I wanted to play something like House of the Dead 1 or 2, I'd play 1 or 2 again, because they're short games, they're quick commitments, and they're solid, and I think they, for the most part, aged well enough to play. House of the Dead 3, maybe my favorite of the first 3, can't be too sure, but it's different, and I respect its difference, and I like it. Look at these fucking zombies with iframes.
Bad feeling that they're waiting for us.
Damn it, I wanted to throw a nade in there. I keep throwing them at my feet. Because, like, the game was like, hey, when there's many, throw a grenade. But sometimes there's so many that we turn away instead, and then I just waste a fucking grenade. It's like, thanks, game. Oh, yeah. Look, I threw a grenade. Was that correct? Did I throw a grenade properly this time? Oh, see, I shot some background things that time. I'm doing my best. Yeah, there's many, and they're probably invincible. No, we're going left. Because I don't give a shit. I feel like those double-axed guys with the nice haircuts are probably kind of referencing the House of the Dead 2. Because there's definitely like a lot of what I would call remastered zombie models in this. I'm seeing like familiar archetypes and designs from previous ones in this. And I like that. Like, of course, we have those slimy green guys. Pretty basic design. Of course, we got the leeches coming back. I do appreciate new zombies, but hey, throwbacks are fine too. Yep, there's the Axe Boy, House of the Dead 2 guy. Oh! I saw that rock coming when it was too late. What's a little silly about it is, like, I feel like what House of the Dead could really use is some sort of random generation in zombie design. Because, I mean, we have like a fixed zombie type, right? You see one type of zombie and it's going to look like that every time. Like, they're going to have the exact same wounds, in the exact same place, they're all going to act the exact same. If you get some, like House of the Dead, what they need to do is create like a zombie creation thing, kind of like a character creation thing, and then, you know, don't let the player access it, but then just make it, okay, it's joints and a face is the way to go. But yeah, just have a randomization, so the, like, just mix and match different parts, so at least it's different. Oh, get off. They were all sitting. How thoughtful. Those grenades, I don't quite understand how they work. They're not like screen clearing, like old style grenades in games. Oh, that target was barely moving at all. That was the easiest target so far. Don't throw that. They weren't even really coming over here. I didn't see why they were a threat or a problem at all. Oh, that's what I was going for. Yeah, his target is very straightforward. He's just moving. He's not even, like, jangling around like a maniac. Oh, that's pretty cool. And just awkward camera angles. Oh, dang. I really like that. It was actually like, you could see the damage happening. That looks really cool. I dig that. Oh, that's like super hard to time. I'm not super sure how to maximize that. It's so messy with the saw and the sparks everywhere. It's a little hard to gauge. But I am really digging the effects and stuff. He's a cool dude, despite being super plain. I can really respect a dual chainsaw wielding badass. He is cool. Oof. I mean, I can, you know, live with the idea, ooh, nice hit, of, you know, these human characters occasionally getting bit or swiped at and being like, oh, okay, we're fine, it's just a bite or a swipe. That guy cut us with 2 gigantic chainsaws. That's a kill. There's no question about it. We're not gonna shake that one off. We're not just gonna dust off our coat and be like, it's fine, it didn't get through my clothes. No, it was a fucking dual chainsaw that could clearly cut through a goddamn train. Oh, I got D.
You shouldn't be having this much trouble.
Wow, you wanna go a little easy on me? How about, hey, try harder, you can do it, instead of fucking this mean old criticism.
Wars and famines, diseases of unknown origin, increasingly frequent natural disasters. Don't you find it odd, a bit coincidental? Has anyone even noticed? Must we simply sit and wait for it all to end?
Oh, the points you're making are getting stronger each chapter.
Where'd everyone go?
Let's just hope they all
Am I sympathizing with this,
Hope.
with Japanese
So you really
zombie
think
Hitler?
there's still hope?
Yeah. There's no turning.
I don't want that on me. I'm not I'm just gonna continue shooting zambambos and try to save the day. Let's not think too hard about black and white when it's clearly a little gray. Oh, it's a nice haircut, dudes, but with nicer coats too, and without their axes. Oh, there's an axe boy. Oh gosh, shoot the dummy. See, these guys with the striped shirts, they kind of look like the Guile zombies from House of the Dead 3. Oh, what the fuck is this thing? That's a new thing. Cool. But yeah, those skinny ones with a bit of hair. I had mentioned in my Saturn video that those were my favorite from the first one, because they're just all naked and gross and scrawny. And I think if you're gonna copy a zombie model, that's the model you can get away with copying the most. Because these ones wearing clothes, you're telling me that all these people were dressed the exact same before they were zombified? And I can also respect that, you know, Curian or whomever is behind this outbreak designed them in a lot of cases. But like, did you have to go, like, did you like buy these clothes in bulk to dress them?
It's impossible to tell from here.
I feel like you didn't budget that very well. You could have gotten away with going to like a thrift store, a Goodwill, a Value Village, and just, you know, buying a whole bunch of clothes and mix and matching. Whereas it's like, oh no, this guy with the 2 axes, he has to be wearing this nice sweater. I have to cut his hair to look exactly this way. Perhaps those bat guys are supposed to be like evolved version of that first boss from 2, the little bat guy that could talk. Which seemed like a devolved version of the bat boss from the first one. Oh, look at this fatty. Where's that weak point? His head there. It's always there. Kind of hard to see his head when you've hidden it. Oh gosh, when you've hidden it behind the fucking boss life bar all the time. The effect on shooting his blubber is a little lazy too. It's not really affecting the model. It's affecting, like, it's just a little effect on the camera. Are there even anything in these fucking boxes? Oh yeah, I was like, God, give me one more try. I think I almost got him. Look at this big old chubby guy. Am I supposed to shoot him up his bum? There's like barely any time. Oh, okay, and you barely have to deal any damage. Yeah, even his head is. I noticed the bar was not going down at all. Let's use that.
Let's go up that way.
Don't ask how, just assume James knows the way. One guy I don't think we've seen a return of in any form, which I consider to be a very memorable and very iconic zombie, is the big old fat guy with overalls wielding the chainsaw from the first one. That would be something to bring back. People will recognize that one. You peeking? You peeking so much, creepo? I don't know why we stopped to do that. Like, let's just keep fleeing. He's not taking damage. We've already established this. Oh, he punches right through it. See, if we had just kept fleeing instead of watching him bob and weave outside the window, that wouldn't have happened.